Forgive the bullies. Honestly, 2 years ago, or maybe even a year ago, I don't even, I would never believe I'd be saying this today. But it's so true. Forgive the bullies, man. Like I said prior, I had my fair share of bullies, all the way from preschool to high school, to even like out of school. I had my run-ins with bullies. Um, it always messed with me, so because 95% of the time it was just unwarranted. Like I felt like I didn't deserve that, you know, which is probably true. But I developed such a victim mentality around life afterwards. I just thought this wasn't fair, so life isn't fair. So I kind of had this nihilist point of view about life, about the people in it, about my friends. I had problems trusting people. I believe no one really cared about me. Because sometimes when I got bullied, I was in the presence of friends. Sometimes I was in the presence of family, and they kind of shrugged it off as, kids being kids. And from adults too. And it just really messed with me. I was actually, what inspired me to make this is I was talking to one of my friends recently, and he was talking about how we were in high school, and I had friends from all different types of groups. I had popular friends. I had friends that kept to themselves, the burnouts, all the cliques, air quotes around those because I don't really believe in that. But I mean, I guess there are like cliques per se, but you know, I judged people, and I realized now where it came from is I had such this shield up, and that really sucks that I was like that in high school, especially, because in our city, everybody knows everybody. Everybody's parents are connected in some way. And I just had my guard up around literally everybody, you know? I just, I couldn't believe what people were telling me, the good stuff especially. So I shrugged it off and caused a lot of problems. And it was all due to the fact that I couldn't forgive these people for being these young, dumb, immature versions of themselves. My friend who I was talking about, he was like, "Man, you were so cool in high school, man. Uh, yeah, you did what you did. You kept yourself, and yeah, you did this and that, but man, you were cool, man. And despite everything, I'm sorry that happened." And I was looking at old pictures of myself, and I got angry. I just got really angry in the moment and said I was just so weak. I was looking at these pictures and these videos, and I was like, this is I was just a weak person. Was I though? I was just a kid, and I realized I had to forgive myself because in a lot of ways I'm that same little kid. In most ways I'm not. They say the cost of your new life is your old one. It's a very true statement because in order to forgive other people, I had to truly forgive myself. Everything that happened. Whatever you believe, if everything happens for a reason, or it's all according to God's plan, or whatever you believe, it happened. And I realized how immature and ignorant I was. I said and did a lot of immature and ignorant things when I was a kid. And some of the things that I experienced were cruel, some of it wasn't. So I had to forgive those that were just being immature. They were just kids. And I had to move on. It's hard to move on because our brain is developed to remember bad experiences so we don't let them happen again. It's a survival mechanism. Our brain's wired that way. We can't really remember good times. We remember more of the bad times because it helps us survive. It helps keeps us comfortable, you know. And that video I made about tell yourself a different story is true because I was believing a story that wasn't mine. You have to be good to yourself because in turn you'll be good to others. And in order to forgive someone else, you truly have to forgive yourself. And I understand there's a lot of things you can't forgive people. There's a lot of heinous things, and the world itself outside of your world is cruel. That's true. It's extremely cruel. But in your world, you could forgive, and you could have peace. You could be happy. You could be all that. For those that you could forgive in this moment, just forgive them. Because a lot of my bullies, I don't know what they were experiencing at home. I remember hearing about one of my bullies when I was when I went to this Boys and Girls Club. They had been inappropriately touched. Um, by a guardian of theirs, and I didn't know what that meant as a kid. I remember they broke down and told me that, and I didn't know how to perceive it in that moment because I was hurt because this is a person that caused me a lot of grief. And being a kid, I didn't know how to perceive that. My bully essentially crying to me. But now I know what it means. I sometimes hurt people hurt people. And I know it's not an excuse or anything, but all you could do is control your own actions. So maybe it's time to forgive. Maybe. I don't know. Who cares? Have a good one.